Good morning, everybody. This is the news that we are waking up to for Monday, December 30th, although my morning was shot today, and so I'm running a little bit late. Sorry about that. At any rate, today is day 1041 of the 3-day special military operation. And the Russians, again, it certainly looks like they're running out of drones. Now, of course, we know the Ukrainians have hit a number of drone warehouses and drone facilities lately. And so the strategic stockpile may well be, sure doesn't look like much anyway. So last night they sent 43, 21 were shot down, 22 were simulator drones, just decoys, right? And they were also lost in location or taken out with active countermeasures. So 43 out of 43, 100% interception rate for the mobile defense units. Now, the big news, and nobody really knows the answer to any of this at the time of recording, is that this is the flight schedule for an Ilyushin IL-96. They're the big cargo planes like the IL-76s, only these were converted for luxury passenger use. So heads of state would travel in these. They're fitted out with sleeping compartments, conference rooms, kitchens, etc. And this was a special Russia flight. And if we look down here, it was in Moscow on the 23rd to the 25th of December. Then it flew to St. Petersburg. And from St. Petersburg on the 26th of December, to New York, and from New York to D.C. And it was in D.C. from the 26th back to Moscow on the 28th. So somebody, some high-ranking Russian official, we do not know who or how many, were apparently in New York and D.C. over Christmas. Who they met with is unknown. What they talked about is unknown. One can guess that there is some effort at a back channel of communication here. To me, people are saying it's Lavrov, people are saying it's Peskov, people are saying people are saying ridiculous things. For my money, it's one of the oligarchs that certain members of our intelligence agencies we're having back channel conversations with through independent voices, citizens, non-governmental employees. Back about 18 months ago, we found out about it. I think those back channels were open for some time before that. So my guess is that this was one of the oligarchs, one of the people inside of Putin's circle, trusted by Putin to have a conversation like he wanted to have. Would be my guess, but we'll find out. Really, we don't know. We just don't know anything. We don't know who was there, what they talked about, anything. But apparently this happened. You could eliminate who they talked to in the United States just by knowing who was not in D.C. over Christmas. Okay, now, so look, it's very clear now that the Eagle S cut the cables in Finland, the Finland to Estonia link, and was only 90 minutes away from cutting the Estonia Link 1 cable, right? It was going to drag its anchor right across the floor of the Baltic and cut both cables. The Finns are looking at 35 million euros in repair costs for the electrical cable and the associated data and communication cables that were also cut. This shit has got to stop. Russia, for its part, isn't saying much. Peskov was remarkably quiet on the subject and kind of batted it to the Kremlin, saying it wasn't his prerogative to discuss it, that should come from the presidential office, right? So he kind of batted it away. And other than that, Russian TV has been very quiet about it. Sorry, guys. I've been under the weather actually the last 36 hours or so. It was not a pleasant weekend for me. On the subject of the plane crash, it is clear that the Russians shot it down. Putin has actually apologized to the Azeris. And this has the propagandists all upset, boy. I'll tell you, they are looking to blame anybody that they can. Here's one guy. And before us is a classic airplane provocation, which is resorted to in relation to Russia every time things not going well for the Ukrainians. It cannot be ruled out that the attack by Ukrainian drones was synchronized with the arrival of the aircraft, which, by the way, it does not appear that that's even the case. There was no ongoing drone attack from the Ukrainians on Grozny when this happened. There was fog, admittedly, and things happen in the fog, but it does not appear that there was actually, there had been in recent times, but not at the time of this attack on this civilian aircraft. So they're trying to blame the Ukrainians here. Here's another guy who's also trying to blame the Ukrainians. Now look at this. The president of Azerbaijan actually accused Russia of shooting down a civilian plane in the skies over Grozny, and he did it in a somewhat boorish manner. Yes, it was rather boorish the way that he accused us of murdering 38 of his citizens. These fucking people, I swear to God. I don't want to read the whole thing, but we probably should, you can, of course, just pause it. We probably shouldn't forget the factors that led to the tragedy in this case. I repeat, if the work of the air defense is confirmed. And this is, after all, an attack by Ukrainian drones on the civilian infrastructure of the Russia. It's not that we aren't professionals. We don't know enough to shut down civilian air when there's an actual air raid. We don't have that kind of responsibility and maturity. No, it's the fact that they are attacking us that we shot down this other plane by accident, which does happen. But it helps if you let the fucking thing land and not send it over the Caspian Sea so that everybody dies at sea and there's no proof that you shot it down. Insanity. Now in Moscow, dig this. So that train does logistics for the Russian army in Ukraine. It was in Moscow at the time of the attack. 8 of the rail cars burned. Now, what was in them, we don't know. We don't know if it was food, medicine. It does not appear to be ammunition because there's no cook-off as you watch the video of the fire. Rather, the cars just burn. So it's unclear what was in them, but it appears clear that it was military materials headed to Ukraine. Now, last thing this morning, real quick. The irony of this war is that Russia keeps targeting the energy infrastructure of a nation that has lots of natural resources like natural gas, except Russia's sitting on those parts of the territory where the natural gas is, imagine your surprise, and stealing it out from under the ground and selling it to the detriment of the Ukrainian people. So the USA stepped in and sold some liquefied natural gas to Ukraine to help address its energy needs. And that's what this is. This is a boat of LNG, liquefied natural gas, showing up here in Ukraine for the first time, where the Ukrainians will degasify this or run it through a degasification plant to turn the liquid back into a gas and then pump it into the pipeline so that it goes to everybody in the country that needs it. So the first case of Ukraine buying liquefied natural gas. Anyway, oh, I do have one more thing. Real quick, if you didn't see it, this is running on Russian TV right now. It's a lovely Christmas scene, as you can see. And then Santa with a Coca-Cola, no less, which is historically very accurate. And there you go. The Russians shoot Santa out of the sky. Now, this guy, if you don't know, is Father Frost, who's a Soviet character that the Russians stole from the idea of Santa Claus. And he's saying to the missile operator, we don't need any foreign trash in our skies. Yeah, Father Frost, you go. Woo hoo hoo. That is some crazy shit, Russia. I will tell you. Anyway, guys, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I will see you in the live tonight. Thanks so much.